This is probably going to be one of the shortest editions of Dragon Ball Mythbusters that I've ever done. Now, I've been following this fandom and this franchise for about 25 years or so, almost 25 years, and I've debunked a lot of the BS rumors and, myths that have been in the fandom for a long time. Like, for example, the whole Gohan being the main character and Goku coming back as fan outrage, that was BS. Bulma's last name being Briefs is also BS. I've done a whole series, this series right here, Mythbusters, debunking these things. They've been around for so long and so many fans have believed them. This one, though, I didn't even hear about this until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I have no idea where it started, but I think I have an idea of where it might have began. But it's a quick and easy debunk. So, Majin Piccolo. Toriyama originally intended to have Piccolo become Majin Piccolo during the Buu saga instead of Majin Vegeta. In other words, Toriyama originally was planning on having Piccolo be the possessed villain of the arc as opposed to Vegeta doing it. That's a load of crap. Alright, cue the intro. Alright, so like I said, the myth is that Toriyama originally intended that Piccolo was supposed to be Majin. That's a load of crap, and I'll answer it very simply. He never said this, ever. There is not a single official or authentic Toriyama interview translation on the internet where he stated that Majin Piccolo was his original plan. It's nowhere to be found. In fact, if you focus on the actual arc and look at the writing going into the Buu saga and when Vegeta became Majin Vegeta, you could easily tell that Toriyama was teasing this for quite some time and that he had the idea for Majin Vegeta and that it would make sense for it to be Vegeta to rekindle the rivalry between him and Goku, which would eventually, of course, lead to Vegeta's ultimate redemption at the end of the Buu saga. Now, I'm not saying he planned it out all the way from back when, but I am saying that the story beats make more sense for it to be Vegeta than Piccolo, especially since we just saw Piccolo in the arc somewhat cower down to the Supreme Kai. Like, why would it be emotionally impactful if it was Piccolo, unless Toriyama was planning to kind of have a Gohan versus Piccolo sort of, feud, or maybe a Piccolo Goku feud rekindling, even though I think Vegeta makes more sense because when Vegeta was introduced to the story, he became Goku's rival, not Piccolo. Piccolo became more so Gohan's, secondary mentor, so to speak, as opposed to it being Goku's rival. So story-wise, it doesn't make any sense. And like I said, Toriyama never, ever, ever, ever said it. However, there is a Majin Piccolo storyline, but you have to go to the video games. The most prevalent one, I think the most popular Majin Piccolo storyline comes from a video game called Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors 2, which is actually one of my favorite Dragon Ball games. I don't think this game gets enough love, and I always seem to forget about it, but when I go through my DS games, I see it there, and I'm like, hey, I love this game. It's so much fun. So anyways, in this game, there is a storyline where Babidi tries to turn Gohan into Majin Gohan, but Piccolo instead takes it and he becomes evil. And as a result of that, Piccolo actually kills Babidi and revives Majin Buu. And then basically the villains of this video game only arc, this alternate what if scenario, is Piccolo, Buu, and Dabura. But then things get even sillier when Piccolo decides to revive Frieza and Cell under his control back to life. Remember, you can do anything in these video games, and it doesn't even matter. So basically, the final battle of the story in this game is Piccolo absorbs Majin Buu's power and teams up with Frieza and Cell, and they battle Vegeta, Gohan, and Dende. And once Frieza and Cell are defeated, Gohan snaps Piccolo out of it, and the story is over. That is the only actual storyline within a video game involving Majin Piccolo, and it has nothing to do with Toriyama, as he did not write the storyline for the game. It's just a what-if scenario. But there are some other brief examples of Majin Piccolo, like in Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai Another Road, and Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi Tag Team also has a what-if storyline with Piccolo. So there you go. Majin Piccolo is a myth. Don't believe it, and please be careful when you are reading these cringy Instagram and Facebook facts, places that a lot of times are full of crap. Please double check things and look into things before you believe anything from some of these pages. So that's it for this short edition of Mythbusters. This myth is now busted. No Majin Piccolo. It never happened. Toriyama never intended it. And that's the bottom line. I'll catch you down the road.